In Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on conducting a test for reducing and non-reducing sugar. In our last lesson, we studied polysaccharides. We studied the formation and structure of the carbohydrate. We also looked at the structure of starch and cellulose as examples of polysaccharides. Today, we will be studying a test to show the presence of reducing and non-reducing sugars. This test is called Benedict reagent. Shall we begin, students? Benedict's reagent is used as a test for the presence of reducing sugars. Reducing sugars, such as maltose and lactose, have the ability to carry out the chemical reaction known as reduction. All monosaccharides and some disaccharides are reducing sugars. Non-reducing sugars are characterized by the absence of an open chain structure, so they are not susceptible to oxidation-reduction reactions. The most common non-reducing sugar is sucrose. Generally, Benedict's test shows the presence of aldehydes and alpha-hydroxy ketones, including those that occur in certain ketoses. Students, let us do a brief review activity. Explain the difference between a monosaccharide and a disaccharide.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back. Was this a helpful review activity? Monosaccharides are just a single unit of sugar. Monosaccharides include glucose, fructose, and galactose. Disaccharides are two sugar units bonded together by a glycosidic linkage in a condensation reaction. The condensation reaction is also referred to as a dehydration reaction because a molecule of water is removed. Disaccharides include maltose, which is glucose bonded with glucose. They also include lactose, which is glucose bonded with galactose, and sucrose-glucose bonded with fructose. Shall we continue the lesson? Benedict's reagent is a chemical compound made of copper sulfate, which can detect the presence of glucose or fructose. A reagent is a chemical that is applied to another substance in order to produce a chemical reaction. It can give valuable information regarding the substance. Benedict's reagent is used to detect reducing sugars such as glucose or fructose in foods. To test for the presence of monosaccharides, maltose and lactose, a small amount of food is added to Benedict's reagent and boiled for several minutes to test for the amount of reducing sugar present. Boiling happens for 4 to 10 minutes. The results will show white precipitates or solid formations within the tested substance. The amount of precipitate that is present will show the exact glucose or fructose present in the substance. The precipitates are likely to be small. The solution also changes color to show the amount of sugar. During boiling, the solution should progress from the color blue to green, yellow, orange, red, and then brick red or brown. A change in color signifies the presence of sugar. Blue means there is no reducing sugar present, and brick red means there is reducing sugar present. As we have learned, sucrose contains two sugars, fructose and glucose. They are joined by glycosidic bonds in a way that prevents the glucose from isomerizing to fructose or alpha-hydroxyketone form. In other words, it prevents glucose and fructose from transforming into other molecules. Therefore, sucrose is a non-reducing sugar which does not react with Benedict's reagent. For sucrose to produce a positive result for reducing sugar with Benedict's reagent, it is heated with dilute hydrochloric acid prior to the test. Although, after this treatment, it is no longer considered sucrose. The acidic conditions and heat break the glycosidic bond in sucrose through hydrolysis. The products of the decomposition of sucrose are glucose and fructose, both of which can be detected by Benedict's reagent, as described above. Polysaccharides, like starch, react negatively to Benedict's test. Let us do an activity to test your knowledge of Benedict's test. Please fill out the following table. Let us say that substance A has glucose and substance B does not.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I am sure that was a simple activity for you. Your tables should include the following information. The solution of substance A should be brick red or brown in color and have many precipitates. This means that the solution contains a reducing sugar. The solution of substance B should be blue in color and have few precipitates. This means that the solution contains no reducing sugar. Great work, everyone. We have time for one more activity. Please fill in the blanks to complete the statements.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Nice to see you again. How was that activity? The statements should read as follows. Benedict's reagent is used to test for reducing sugar. Benedict's reagent is a chemical compound made of copper sulfate. The most common non-reducing sugar is sucrose. Maltose and lactose are disaccharides that can be reduced. Fantastic work today, students. we have reached the end of our lesson. Today, we learned about Benedict's test, which is a test for the presence of reducing sugars. Until next lesson, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.